Good morning everyone. Today we the students of class 11th A are going to present a skit, the Browning version, written by Terence Rattigan. It is one act play set in a school. There are three characters in the play, Taplow, Frank and Mr. Crocker Harris. Taplow is a 16-year-old student played by Balaji. Frank is a younger teacher played by ARPITA. Mr. Crocker Harris is a middle-aged schoolmaster and narration is done by me, CHEHEK. Part 1. Taplow has arrived in the school to do extra work for Mr. Crocker Harris. He meets Frank and they both engage in a conversation while Taplow waits for Mr. Harris.
Hey, do I know you?
No, sir.
What's your name?
Taplow.
Taplow? No, I don't. You may be not a scientist, I gather.
No, sir. I am still in the lower fifth. I can't specialize until next term. That's to say, if you will not get my remove all right.
Don't you know if you have got your remove?
No, sir. Mr. Crocker Harris doesn't tell us the results like the other masters.
Why not?
Well, you know what he's like, sir?
I believe the rule. Form results should be announced by the headmaster on the last day of the term.
Yes, but who else pays attention to it except Mr. Crocker Harris?
I don't. I admit, but there is no criteria. So you have got to wait until tomorrow to know your fate. Have you?
Yes, sir.
Suppose the answer is favorable. What then?
Oh, science, sir. Of course.
Yes, we get all the slackers.
I am extremely interested in science, sir.
Are you? I am not. Not at least in the science which I have to teach.
Well, anyway, sir, it's a good deal more exciting than this mug.
What is this mug?
Astylus, sir, the Eggmanian.
And your considered view is that Agmanian is a mug?
Well, no, sir. I do not think the play is mug exactly. I suppose, in a way, it's rather a good plot, really. A wife murdering her husband and all that. I only mean the way it's taught us today. Just a lot of Greek words strung together and 50 lines if you get them wrong.
You sound a little bitter, Taplow.
I am rather, sir.
Captain,
No, sir, extra work.
extra work on the last day of the school?
Yes, sir, and I might be playing golf. You do not think he didn't have enough to do anyway, himself considering he's leaving tomorrow for good. But oh no, I missed a day last week when I was ill. So here I am. And look at the weather, sir.
Bad luck. But still, there is one comfort. You are pretty well certain to get your remove tomorrow for being a good boy in taking extra work.
Well, I am not so sure, sir. That would be true of ordinary masters, alright. They just would not dare not to give a chap a remove after his talking extra work. But those sort of rules does not apply the croak. Mr. Crocker Harris, I asked him yesterday outright if he did not give me a remove, and do you know what he said?
No. What?
My dear Taplow, I have given you exactly what you deserve, no less and certainly no more. Do you know, sir? I think he may have marked me down rather than up for taking extra work. I mean, the man's hardly human. Sorry, sir. Have I gone too far?
Yes, much too far.
Sorry, sir. I got carried away.
Taplow,
Yes, sir.
what was that Crocker Harris said to you? Just repeat it. Would you?
My dear Tableau, I have given you exactly what you deserve, no less and no certainly more.
Not in the least like him. Read your nice and be quiet.
As childless.
Look, what time did Mr. Crocker Harris told you to be here?
6:30, sir.
Well, he's 10 minutes late. Why don't you cut? You could still play golf before lockup.
Oh no, I couldn't cut. Cut the Crooker? Mr. Crooker Harris. I could not think it's ever been done in the whole time he said, been here. God knows what would happen if I did. He didn't probably follow me home or something.
I must admit, I envy him the effect he seems to have on you boys in the form. You all seem scared to death of him. What does he do? Beat you all or do something?
Good lords, no. He's not a sadist like one or two of the others.
I beg your pardon.
A sadist, sir, is someone who gets pleasure out of giving pain.
Indeed, but I think you went on to say that some other masters.
Well, of course, they are, sir. I would not mention names, but you know them as well as I do. Of course, I know most masters think we boys do not understand a thing. But, sir, you are different. You are young, well, comparatively anyway, and you are science. You must know what is sadism.
Good Lord, what are our schools coming to?
Anyway, the crook is not a sadist. That's what I am saying. He would not be so frightening if he were, because at least it would show he had some feelings. But he has not. He's all shriveled up, inside like a nut, and he seems to hate people to like him. It's funny. I do not know any other masters who doesn't like being liked.
I don't know any boy who doesn't use that for his own purpose.
Well, it's natural, sir, but not with the crook.
Mr. Croc Harris?
Mr. Crooker Harris, the funny thing is that in specialize of everything, I do rather like him. I couldn't help, and sometimes I think he sees it, and that seems to shrivel him up even more.
I am sure you are exaggerating.
No, sir, I am not. In form, the other day he made one of his classical jokes, of course. Nobody laughed because nobody understood it, myself including. Still, I knew he didn't mean it as funny, so I laughed. Out of the ordination, common politeness and feelings a bite sorry for him for having made a poor joke. Now I can't remember what the joke was. But suppose I make it. Now you laugh. Now you laugh. Sir. Now you laugh, sir. Taplow, you laughed at my little joke. I noticed. I must confess that I am pleased at the advance your Latin has made, since you so readily have understood what the rest of the form did not. Perhaps now you would not be good enough to explain it to them so that they too can share your pleasure.
Here we have done with the part 1. Now part 2. Millie's role is played by CHEHEK, Frank's role by MANAV, and TAPLOW with SARTHAK.
Long tableau. Do not be so selfish as to keep a good joke to yourself. Tell the others. Oh Lord. Oh, hello.
Hula.
Do you think she heard?
I think she did. She was standing there quite a time.
If she did and she tells him, there goes my remove.
Nonsense.
Waiting for my husband.
Yes,
He's at Bazaar's and might be there quite a time. If I were you, I would go.
he said most particularly I was to come.
Well, why don't you run away for quarter of an hour and come back?
Supposing he gets her before me.
I'll take the blame. I tell you what, you can do a job for him. Take this prescription to the chemist and get it made up.
Alright, Mrs. Crocker Harris.
Hope you all enjoyed this play. Thank you.